Good morning and welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing, presented by the Clear Commodity Network and delivering today's top news in mining and mineral exploration. From the new ClearCom studios, here's your host, Trevor Hall.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing. This is Trevor Hall. It is Wednesday, June 24th. After yesterday's broad risk-off move, the major U.S. indices are bouncing this morning in relief. And South Korea's Kospi, it was whipsawed overnight. It did manage to close higher by the end of its session, but the metals aren't joining the party. Gold is pressing towards that 4,000 mark, down 2% to 4,016 an ounce. Silver has reached $60 to the downside, now at $59.49 an ounce. And copper is off 1.5% at $6.05 a pound. The equity bounce simply isn't pulling precious metals up with it, and the unwind there has its own momentum right now. Two critical minerals stories framed this morning. First, the China-Japan standoff is escalating on the materials front. China is throttling shipments of several critical minerals to Japan. It's halted nearly all exports of some intermediate forms of tungsten this year. And shipments of the heavy rare earths dysprosium and terbium, both used in EV magnets, have been at zero all year. The slowdown is hurting Japanese manufacturers and fueling calls for Prime Minister Sane Takaichi to find a diplomatic off-ramp with Beijing. The response so far has been to join a G7 pledge to cap reliance on any one country for rare earths at 60% by 2030. And second, a big tailwind for the nuclear uranium space. The U.S. Department of Energy is launching a $17.5 billion loan program to accelerate a nationwide build-out of 10 large-scale commercial reactors, with the goal of cutting up to 3 years of their deployment. The financing helps 5 projects procure long lead time equipment, with Westinghouse partnering on each AP1000 and taking joint ownership. It follows Westinghouse's $80 billion Commerce Department deal late last year, and Cameco CEO Tim Gitzel welcomed it as another step toward rapid AP1000 deployment in the United States. We'll get to the news out of the miners and explorers here in just a moment, but first a quick word about today's sponsor. This episode of Mining Stock Daily is brought to you by Equinox Gold. Equinox is a growth-focused gold producer operating mines across the Americas. With cornerstone assets like the Greenstone Mine in Ontario and the Valentine Gold Project in Newfoundland and Labrador, Equinox is advancing a new generation of large-scale, long-life gold operations. You can learn more about their portfolio and development pipeline at equinoxgold.com. And here's what you need to know this morning. Newcore Gold has delivered a robust pre-feasibility study for its Enchi Gold Project in southwest Ghana. At a $4,200 gold price, the PFS shows an after-tax NPV of $647 million and a 45% after-tax IRR on upfront capital of $351 million. The plan is a conventional open-pit mill and CIL operation processing 5.5 million tons a year, averaging about 130,000 ounces annually in the first 3 years, drawing ore from 4 deposits along the Bibiani Shear Zone. Notably, the study is built on a resource that excludes more than 50,000 meters of the company's ongoing 50,000-meter drill program, so there's room to grow. And Newcore plans to use the PFS to apply for a mining lease this year. Newcore Gold trades on the venture with NCAU and on the OTCQX with NCAUF. NexMetals Mining has increased the mineral resource at its Selkirk project in Botswana by 70%, now establishing a 1.1 billion pound of copper equivalent in the indicated category, plus another 200 million pounds inferred. Selkirk is a past-producing, open-pittable copper-nickel-cobalt PGE deposit, and the jump comes largely from reassaying historic core for platinum group metals, which were previously missing and are expected to contribute about 1/3 of the deposit's value. All this along with improved metallurgy. The updated resource sets up the economic studies NexMetals is targeting as it advances both Selkirk and its higher-grade Salibi mine. NexMetals trades on the venture with NEXM and on the NASDAQ with the same ticker. Lift Power has entered a binding call option agreement to acquire the Renard mine in Quebec. This is the former Stornoway diamond operation, now in CCAA proceedings. Lift says it will pay a $12 million option fee, that's Canadian, for a 2-year window to acquire Renard's mine, processing facility, and infrastructure for a nominal $1 million, and is subject to Quebec court hearing on July 2nd. The appeal is the existing plant. More than $900 million was invested in Renard, and Lift believes it can repurpose it to process spodumene from its Andina lithium project about 60 kilometers to the north, potentially cutting upfront capital, project risk, and environmental footprints. Lift Power trades on the venture with LIFT and on the ASX with LFT. Faraday Copper reported results from 18 more holes on its Phase 4 program at the Copper Creek project in Arizona, with 5 holes continuing to hit near-surface copper in the American Eagle area. Results CEO Paul Harbridge expects to feed the project's next resource update. Highlights returned 35.35 meters of 0.58% copper from 85.4 meters depth, all within 71 meters of 0.41% copper from 80 meters in hole 171. The open pit resource definition is now complete, and Faraday paused drilling as of June 20th while it works to close the proposed acquisition of the San Manuel property and expects to resume in the fall. Faraday trades on the TSX with FDY and on the OTCQX with CPPKF. Andina Copper extended its Cabrasco copper molybdenum porphyry discovery in Colombia to the northwest, with hole 9 reported this morning cutting 186 meters of a 0.5% copper from 35 meters depth. That was then a broader 502 meters of 0.4% copper. The near-surface grades stepping northwest continue to build the scale case for the Cabrasco Central System, with more step-out holes drilled and assays pending. Andina Copper trades on the venture with ANDC. Scorpio Gold has drilled 2.5 grams per ton gold over 13.3 meters from about 293 meters depth at its Black Mammoth target at the Manhattan District in Nevada. That's the same caldera system that hosts the company's Gold Wedge project and mill, and it's continuing to extend mineralization along that structure. Another highlight was hole 92. It hit multiple intervals of mineralization, including 0.57 grams per ton gold over 17.98 meters, and another 18 meters of 0.83 grams per ton. Scorpio Gold trades on the venture with SGN. And finally, District Metals has commenced drilling at its Oesterkaelen license, part of the Alum Shell properties in Sweden. District is best known for the Viken deposit, one of the world's largest polymetallic resources, but the program at Oesterkaelen comes as Sweden's lifting of its uranium mining moratorium this year reopens the door to developing these critical mineral-rich shales. District Metals trades on the venture with DMX. All right, a lot of news this morning. That's a wrap here on the morning briefing. The Mining Stock Morning Briefing is produced by Clear Commodity Network. It is distributed throughout the world through your podcast network of choice and over at clearcommodity.net. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and be well.
The information presented should not be considered investment advice. Mining Stock Daily and its affiliates are not responsible for any loss arising from any investment decision in connection with the material presented herein. Please do your own research or speak with a licensed financial representative before making any investment decisions.